Hi everybody, I'm Tim, or Shmi150, and I am right now in New York City for the 2012 Gumball 3000. For the rally, I'm joining up with and shooting Team Habibis. That's the 3 Rolls Royces you can see behind me, the drop head and 2 ghosts. They've been wrapped in this amazing wrap ready for the 3,000-mile adventure, starting in New York, ending in Los Angeles. It's going to be a long way, it's going to be very cool. Right now, I'm in the garage in New York, where an awful lot of the cars are getting stickered up. The Habibis cars are in another location, but in here you can see quite a lot of nice metal around me. There's some pretty interesting stuff here, from the things you would expect, Aventador SLSs, to some older cars that I'm not quite so sure what are yet, but US style, let's say. But as you can see, there's an awful lot of cars and a lot of very nice car wraps going on. So videos of everything here to come up. We're in the registration suite here. We've got all of the Team Habibis behind me, the guys who invited me to come along and film their ride. So they're just registering and signing up. Times Square, the start grid for the 2012 Gumball 3000 is just about on us. So everybody is getting in the cars. We set off in about 5 minutes. I'm up near the front of the grid here. A Glencoe Fire Department Murcielago has rocked up. Obviously that's just a bit of publicity, but that's cool. Everybody's in the atmosphere, lots and lots of press going on. It's going to be amazing. Off we go in a moment. first checkpoint between New York and Toronto. We are in Niagara Falls, Skylon Tower up there behind me. Quite a few cars here. The Veyron just left. Obviously the BB's team is behind BMW, just tucked in up there. I think most people have come in for the checkpoint, but now we've just got the last stretch on into Toronto for the night. Then tomorrow back into the US, into Indianapolis. But to show you some more of the cars down here. Hi everyone from Toronto, Canada. I'm standing on the grid. Half the cars have already left, the others are still here. This behind me is the Habibi sport vehicle, a Mercedes GL 450 that's being used to transport all of the cases, because Rolls-Royces take a lot but not enough. So we're about to head off. Today we're going down to Indianapolis, and then we are going to have a stop quickly in Detroit. 599 GTO you just heard in the background there. So long drive, it's 9.5 hours. It's going to be quite crazy. Try and get some good shots, and I'll catch up with you later. We've made it to Indianapolis. The cars are parked around behind me here in Monument Circle, and tomorrow of course is the Indy 500. But we're here, and there were some rumours of some cars getting busted on the way, such as this Wolfpack R8 behind me, but it seems they've managed to make it through by the fact that they're right here. Hopefully it hasn't been too much of a disastrous day for some teams, but some awesome videos. We've had a wicked convoy with quite a few cars. set off from Indy earlier today. It's been a pretty adventurous 2 or 3 hours so far to St. Louis in Missouri. 3 Habibis Rolls Royces lined up for a photograph. It's only 2 tickets, nothing too bad, but we've seen an awful lot of cars being pulled over. It's quite windy here, so I won't talk for too long, but tonight after this we're on down to Kansas City. day 5. We are currently in Kansas City. Today we have a 13-hour drive ahead of us all the way to Santa Fe. So most of the cars have already set off and it's only just gone 7:30. So I think this is going to be a long one. The Habibi's cars all still lined up behind us. Anyway, let's try not to get as many tickets as yesterday, as much fun as it is. Funny story, this car behind me here, California since lost their Ferrari in Canada, so they had their Aston Martin DB9 Volante prepared ready for the rest of the rally.
How are you?
Very well.
Good afternoon.
Can you check your driver's license, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, where are you guys headed?
We're going to Santa Fe.
Santa Fe?
Yeah.
Okay. You know why I stopped you?
Was it over the speed limit?
Oh yeah, running 95 mile an hour. Mark, I issued you a citation on your speed for the speed of 95 and 65 is checked on radar. Okay. Here's your driver's license, passport, and your ID card that you gave me back. Okay. If you wish to handle a citation by mail, just read the back carefully. It explains how to do so. Total amount's $293. Okay.
Yeah.
You can handle it by mail.
Okay.
If you have any questions, just call this number here. They'll get you in touch with the court clerk's office, Dodge City, Kansas. Okay.
Okay.
So, but you'll need to have this mailed in. I set your court date for the 6th of July. So you need to pay that by the 6th of July or they issue a warrant for your arrest and they suspend your driving privileges in the United States.
Okay.
Got you going a little fast through town back there. I had you at 60 and a 45.
Okay, no, I just saw it on the speed limit.
We'll give you a warning, okay? I know what you guys are doing, all right?
Thank you very much.
And I understand it.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. I wouldn't mind doing one of these cross-country deals too.
Yeah.
But you know, guys,
I
in
do
small
understand.
towns, you got to slow down, okay?
I know, I do
All right,
understand.
be careful.
Sorry about it.
All right.
Thank you.
So as odd as this is, all of these cars here were genuinely pulled over for the police to have a look. Literally, the first cars didn't really see what happened, but they all came in just to take a look at the cars, although that is Gumball. It's absolutely awesome and everybody is obviously very high spirited about it. There are a lot of cars on the way down to Santa Fe today. It's a long drive. We've been on the road for 9 hours and we've still got 6 or something to go. Things like this that make it a lot more fun and keep us all alert and up. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, that was not the end of that story. The police officers offered to escort us to the state border. We put on this tiny little show here. So all the cars that were with us at that stop have just lined up in the town. And we're out the show, and then the very kind folks are going to take us out of the state. So that is exceptionally cool, and this really is Gumball.
What happened? Well, how fast?
First of all, we saved all your assets.
Yeah, you did that. Thank you. That was good.
And the first thank you.
108.
108.
We said, were we the fastest? He said, no, 124. what's the fine? $411.50.
50 cents.
Bad news is that Gumball and Habibi's car number 1, the Rolls-Royce Phantom drop head behind me, has suffered a little problem in the form of a flat tyre. It shredded up. They were the car in front of us, and we saw bits flying up in the air, not so good. Not really sure how to fix this. We do have a couple of other Rolls Royces around, but nothing seems to carry a spare or anything we can use, so this is going to be a bit of an adventure in the middle of pretty much nowhere. This is the final checkpoint between Las Vegas and Los Angeles, Death Valley. As you can see, I am very quickly turning a nice shade of pink. It is hot here. It must be like 45 degrees Celsius. I don't know, it's a lot. Anyway, I have tonight got to sort out a load of things in LA, so I needed access to a car myself. So I have rented this Camaro convertible, bit of American fun for the drive today, and then to help me out around Los Angeles. So that's going to be good fun. A couple of hours driving so far, not too bad, although we have to keep the roof up because it is far too hot and I don't want to get any more burnt. But this has been a cool checkpoint, and now just for the final leg to Los Angeles, and that is Gumball 3000. Made it to Los Angeles. Gumball 3000 2012, New York, Toronto, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Santa Fe, Las Vegas, LA, Hollywood. It's been crazy, and what an experience. All of these unbelievable cars, absolutely brilliant venues, crazy times, and some funny stories. This has been something I will never ever forget, and I cannot wait, and hopefully do the next one next year. It's been exciting, it's been great. I hope you've enjoyed all of the content, but that's it for this time. I will catch up with you later. For now, I need to go and get some rest. So good night, thanks, and see you later. Bye.